for every major financial decision in their lives and all the days in between. The benefits of our strategy to build a uniquely diversified business combined with a national banking license not only positions SoFi to be the winner takes most in the secular transition of financial services to digital, but also provide greater durability through a market cycle. I'm excited about where we are today and where we can go from here. With that, let me turn it over to Chris to review the financials for the quarter.
Thanks, Anthony. Overall, we had a great quarter with strong growth trends across the entire business. We exceeded our financial guidance while achieving record revenue and our 7th consecutive quarter of positive EBITDA, despite operating in a rapidly evolving macro environment. I'm going to walk you through some key financial highlights for the quarter and then share some color on our financial outlook. Unless otherwise stated, I'll be referring to adjusted results for the first quarter of 2022 versus first quarter of 2021. Our GAAP consolidated income statement and all reconciliations can be found in today's earnings release and 10-Q filing. For the quarter, we delivered record adjusted net revenue of $322 million, up 49% year over year and up 15% sequentially from the prior quarter's record of $280 million and $37 million above the high end of our guidance of $280 to $285 million. We also delivered $9 million of adjusted EBITDA, which came in $4 million above the high end of our guidance of $0 to $5 million. Looking at some of the annual trends, we've generated $1.1 billion of adjusted net revenue over the last 12 months, a 49% increase from the same prior year period. In addition, our Q1 annualized run rate was nearly $1.3 billion of revenue. We also generated $35 million of positive EBITDA over the last 12 months. Now on to the segment level performance, where we saw strong growth in record revenue across all three segments. In lending, first quarter adjusted net revenue accelerated for the second quarter in a row and grew 45% year over year to $244 million versus 30% in Q4 21 and 21% in Q3 21. Growth in lending was driven by 82% year over year growth in net interest income and 29% growth in non-interest income. Growth in net interest income was driven by improvements in NIM, both yield and cost of capital, an increase in loan balances, which grew to $7 billion, predominantly as a result of holding loans for a longer period of time, a very early benefit of having a bank, as well as 30% growth in funded volume. The largest contributor of funded volume growth was our personal loans business, which grew 151%, or $1.2 billion year over year, to $2 billion in originations for the quarter, a new high for us, and up 23% sequentially. This origination number is more than double our quarterly pre-pandemic average of $933 million in 2019. We were able to achieve this growth while maintaining our stringent credit standards and disciplined focus on quality. Our personal loan delinquency rates and charge-off rates have improved year over year. In Q1, 90-day personal loan delinquencies as a percentage of loans on the balance sheet improved to 14 basis points in Q1 22, while our annualized personal loan charge-off rate was 1.0%. Both 90-day delinquency and annualized charge-off rates in our student loan refinancing business also remain extremely healthy at 5 basis points and 27 basis points respectively. The increase in non-interest income was driven by growth in originations, strong sales execution, and prudent hedging. The lending business delivered $133 million of contribution profit at a 54% margin, up from $88 million a year ago and a 52% margin. This improvement was driven by ops efficiencies and fixed cost leverage. Shifting to our tech platform, where we delivered net revenue of $61 million in the quarter, up 32% year over year, versus a tough comparison driven by stimulus benefits and a rapid evolution from cash to digital payments in the same prior year period. Galileo contributed record revenue, while Technisys contributed a small amount following the close of the transaction in March. Overall, revenue growth was driven by 58% year-over-year Galileo account growth to 110 million in total. We also signed 10 new clients, 2 of which are in the B2B space, further diversifying our partner base. Contribution profit of $18 million represented a 30% margin, which is in line with the 20 to 30% margin range we have guided to in the near term, given the opportunities for growth. As discussed previously, we remain committed to investing in the platform to ensure that our tech platform is well positioned to capitalize on the secular shift from physical to digital payments and rising overall demand for more fintech services. Moving on to financial services, where adjusted net revenue of $24 million increased 264% year over year, with new all-time high revenues for SoFi Money, which is now transitioning to SoFi Checkings Savings, and continued strong contributions from SoFi Credit Card, SoFi Invest, and Lending as a Service. Improved monetization and exponential growth in financial services products drove our performance. Annualized revenue per financial services product increased 73% year over year, and the number of products grew 2.2x year over year to 4.7 million in Q1 22. All products were up approximately 100% year over year, and SoFi Credit Card was up 500% year over year. We hit 1.6 million products in SoFi Money, 1.8 million in SoFi Invest, and 1.1 million in Relay. Contribution losses were $50 million for the quarter, which increased year over year, predominantly as a result of now having a credit card business and needing to build our CECL reserves, which is expected as we continue to grow and scale. As of the end of Q1, the reserves are in line with industry peers. Excluding these reserves, contribution losses were $36.5 million, or up $1 million year over year. The next thing I want to address is our balance sheet. Overall, we are very well capitalized with ample cash and excess liquidity. The recent opening of SoFi Bank only reinforces the strength of our balance sheet and provides us with more flexibility and the ability to further lower our cost of capital. In Q1, our balance sheet grew by approximately $3 billion, and that was driven by three factors. First, cash equivalents, and restricted cash increased by approximately $900 million, primarily as a result of an increase in pledge activity to capitalize the bank, as well as increases in deposits at SoFi Bank, which totaled $1.2 billion at the end of the quarter. Second, loan balances grew approximately $1.2 billion as a result of holding loans for a slightly longer period of time. And third, we had a $900 million increase in goodwill and intangibles related to our acquisition of Technisys. We exited the quarter with $2.8 billion drawn on our warehouse facilities, which is approximately 40% of our overall $7 billion of capacity. Our current book value is $5.5 billion, and our capital and leverage ratios are extremely strong, both at the bank and at the bank holding company level. All right, I'll finish up with guidance. Throughout the last 12 months, we have demonstrated